Dear participants, just couple of minutes, we will soon start.
गुरु मॅडम तुमचा व्हिडिओ चालू करा.
Yes, ma'am. Now we can start.
Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Good afternoon once again. I welcome you all for the afternoon session of FDP. In this session, we have with us a well-known speaker, Mr. D.K.T.E sir, Technical Assistant Course Coordinator at SWAYAM from Educational Multimedia Center, Pune. I feel very happy to introduce Mr. D.K.T.E sir to you all. Next slide, please, ma'am. Manisha, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am, this is next slide only.
No, ma'am.
Not visible?
This is not the slide of sir.
So let me reshare. I think there is technical problem.
Yes, please.
Is it visible now?
Yes,
Yes,
it is visible, madam, but
visible,
this
but
is not the slide.
it is not
Yes,
about D.K.T.E sir. Dear participants, just please have patience for a couple of minutes.
Vidya, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mr. D.K.T.E sir, sorry for inconvenience, and all the participants also, sorry for inconvenience. So we can have introduction of Sri D.K.T.E sir. Sir has retired as course coordinator for development of online courses at EMRC Pune, Savitribai Phule Pune University. He was responsible for all the related activities of developing online courses for SWAYAM platform and offering these courses online. Sir has developed 10 online courses which include retail management, Indian classical music, percussion instrument tabla, finance for non-finance, and Kathak, a classical dance form. Some of these courses are still running on SWAYAM. Sir was project coordinator for MHRD's e-content project from 2012 to 2017. He has coordinated 3 e-content courses for BA Business Management, BVOC Human Resource Development, and BA Indian Classical Music. Around 1,000 modules were developed under these 3 subjects. Can I have next slide, please? Sir has conducted more than 30 workshops and seminars at various universities and colleges to guide the faculty on developing online courses and developing content for these courses. Sir was visiting faculty at Department of Mass Communication Studies, SPPU, Tilak Maharashtra University, ACTS, CDAC, BMCC, and SEAM Edu. Sir is member of the Board of Studies at Government Polytechnic, Pune. Sir majorly teaches editing techniques and aesthetics, video production and sound recording. Sir has presented a research paper on use of ICT in school education at UGC-sponsored national conference at JSS College of Education, Bijapur, Karnataka. Sir, I welcome you for this session of FDP, and I really request you to please start your session on creation mode according to 4 quadrants of UGC. Welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thanks a lot, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot for inviting me and giving me the chance to share my knowledge and share my experience with you about the creation of online courses using 4 quadrant. Now I will share my presentation. Can you see the presentation now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, since lockdown in March 2021, the coronavirus came and we were forced to teach in online mode because we were all have been asked the Prime Minister, and the country was totally locked down so that we could not move around and our movement was very restricted. This was unprecedented incident for us, all of us, as a teacher, as a learner, even as a citizen. And then since then, this course, MOOCs course or MOOCs has become a buzzword. But actually, these online courses were there from very early, as far as 1990s or late mid 1990s. But what is MOOC? MOOC means massive open online course. So the nature of these courses, because this is online, so because it's online course, this is massive because it is open to all. Once anything becomes online and you give access to all the people who are on internet, it becomes massive in nature. And as I said, if you open to all, so it is an open nature. And people tend to gain knowledge. Most of these courses are free also. So that's why most of the people can gain knowledge. And if somebody want the certification, then a minimal amount has to be paid so that you can get the certificate. So MOOCs means online courses, but with lot or huge number of registrations of learners. We call here in this situation, or in the in technical terms, as learner, student as a learner, because as I said, many people would like to gain knowledge on any subject of his choice or her choice or of interest. So that's why knowledge is becoming more and more now free of cost. You can gain knowledge freely. This was actually was forced on the United States colleges and universities, that because you know that in United States or in Europe, the higher education is very much costly. Even students from India go there and study higher education, do master's degree, PhD, doctorate, postdoctorate. But all these courses are very, very costly. We have to get the loan or we have to go on a scholarship. Then only it is possible for us. Even for the students who are native of United States or Europe, for them also it is very much costly. So that's why there was pressure on these universities to make the knowledge, to make the information open to all. So that's why the concept of online courses and open to the courses, open courseware came into picture. But the university have slowly started sharing and opening their knowledge, but niche areas they have still kept as a physical courseware, and by paying some fees you can get the knowledge. Here in India, actually the online courses or converting all the courses into online platform way back in 2010 by the government of India. The then Ministry of Human Resource Development or Ministry of Education now actually started a project called e-content, NMEICT, National Mission of Education, ICT, internet based training. Okay, so they started this e-content project under which we converted all 89 to 90 subjects for undergraduate level into e-content. Then that was brought into online with the help of this Swayam portal. So this portal was started by the Ministry of Human Resource Development from 2016. So Swayam is basically study of active learning for young aspiring minds. Is supplement for the formal education system. So please note that this is the supplement. This is not main or major thing. The physical training, that's what we are doing, is going to be still there. And this is the supplement formal education system in the country from high school to higher education. So I will show you at the end of this lecture, my presentation, what is Swayam and how to search, how to go, how to move around. So Swayam offers courses based on curriculum and continuing education and skill based. So all these three are converted and the courses are offered. Now, after about 5-6 years, the Swayam has decided to march towards the Ministry of Education to march towards virtual university. That means if you go to Swayam, take some courses, let's say you want to earn BA degree, then whatever degree for getting the degree, you require certain amount of credits. Now, credit system has been also adopted by most of the universities or almost all the universities across the nation. So certain credits around 120 to 132 credits have to be earned. So first year, the student will get some basic courses. He will register to basic courses on Swayam. He will earn some credits in the first year, first semester, second semester, then second year, third semester, fourth semester, and similarly in the third year, fifth and sixth semester. If the student earns the certain minimum credits, as I said, 120 credits or 132 credits, whatever has been decided, he or she, the student, will earn BA degree. So this is the virtual university concept. For doing this, the MHRD has appointed 9 national coordinators for different sectors of education. That means, as I said, BA, BCom or BSc, let's say. Then for that, the undergraduate level courses, some coordinator is responsible. Technical, like B.Tech or BE. Second coordinator is responsible. Likewise, the 9 coordinators are there who have been appointed by Ministry of Education to oversee or to develop courses and oversee them, to offer them on the SWAYAM. Now, for developing these courses, course coordinator is a key person. We call them key person. So course coordinator, in short form CC, is a subject matter expert who is offering the course online. Now this is the MOOCs course. Fourth, I will call this MOOCs course as online course. Nowadays, online course is a term. Earlier we were calling them MOOCs, but online, because it is online, so we just called it as online, because it's similar to the course which we are offering in college or university. Who can be CC or the course coordinator? Course coordinator can be from a reputed college or an institute or industry or university also. Course coordinator will identify his or her team of teachers with proven abilities and allocate modules to them. So we will see this later on in detail also. What do I mean by allocating the modules? Now, apart from SWAYAM, as I said, the Coursera actually started by the MIT. This was the first one. MIT means the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA. Even they have now started MIT OpenCourseWare. You can go and search on the Google MIT OpenCourseWare. You can register and get knowledge also. Udemy is there, Udacity is there, edX, Khan Academy, and there are many more also, based on your choice of the subject. As I said, on most of these platforms, most of these websites, all the courses or most of these courses are freely available. You can register to these courses freely. But if you want certification, then you will have to pay some amount and you will have to appear for the examination also. Then only you can get the certification. You can get sometimes the credits also, required credits also. Now in SWAYAM also, we are awarding credits, 2 credits, 3 credits, 4 or 6, depending on that particular course. If our university, our college wants to develop our own platform, then Moodle is one of the platform by which this is a free platform. This comes in the freeware. So that's why this is very much popular in the educational community. So using Moodle, we can create our own platform and offer to our students, offer to our own students, our own university students, or our own college or institute students on the Moodle. They can learn, they can get experience online, and they can earn credit also, or they can earn knowledge also. Now we will see the development process. And I said theoretically because, or I have written theoretical because there are various models worldwide. Because all these courses are based on instruction design. So among them, the ADDIE or ADDIE model is a famous model. So what is ADDIE model? So ADDIE means analyze, design, development, implement, and evaluation. So we will see all these steps in brief. And you have seen that there is at every stage, there is a revision. So what does it mean? And back and forth. Please note here that any of these except the evaluation, because unless you do something, you cannot evaluate. But any of these 4 steps can be started from anywhere, anytime. It is not that, okay, first you have to analyze, then you have to design, It is the way you have to look at, but you can start designing because you know what you are going to do. So you can start designing itself. Then you can analyze, and then based on this, you can again redesign your. So we will see what do you mean by analysis, or what do I mean by analysis. Now, there is a concept in our technical term that is called as target audience. Who is the target audience? We have to analyze that. Target audience means the course which we are preparing, which we are developing, the course which to whom it should be, for whom you are developing this course. That means, are you developing this course for, first with the stream we have to define either BA, BCom, BSc, or the architecture student or BTech student. Then once you decide, okay, I'm developing this course for, let's say, BSc student. Then in BSc, there are various subjects. There is a maths, physics, chemistry, biology, botany, zoology. In biology also you have got botany, zoology. All these subjects are there. So let's say we are developing a course on BSc physics degree, physics course. Then whether it is a first year student or second year or third year. So let's say we are designing the course for a third year BSc physics degree course. Why this is necessary? Because unless you fix this, you will not be able to understand how much knowledge to give in your course. The secondary audience, of course, what we call as secondary, as I said, that many people would like to register to your course as for gaining knowledge. But our target audience or main audience is third year. That means, let's say, fifth semester BSc physics degree student. Why we have to decide? Because we have to know how much to tone down your content, how much to tone down, how much in simplicity. Because let's say you want to explain some term, because by the time the student comes into fifth semester of physics degree course, he or she has learned Newton's laws. Then in that case, you don't have to explain Newton's laws. Newton's first law, Newton's second law, all these basic knowledge, what he has got, we come to know. So it is similarly when you are designing your syllabus for particular course, you know that, okay, he or she has come from this level. Then what do they need to learn? So you have to also understand that, okay, what is the thing that they would like to learn on online platform. Then analyze learning context. It is similar to what I explained just now. What is the budget available to you? What the university, the college, or the ministry? If you are applying for the ministry, I will show you later on how to prepare the proposal. You have to prepare a proposal and send it to the ministry. So ministry gives you some kind of budget. So what is the budget? What are the delivery options? That means, are you going to offer these courses on Swayam, or nowadays, even if you see the Coursera, if you visit Coursera, you will see that many Indian universities are also offering courses on Coursera. Coursera is coming to the Indian university because there are many students who want to learn online. And many universities are offering their degree courses. If you see, they will offer, I think, Kharagpur IIT. Kharagpur IIT computer science course is available on Coursera. So IITs are offering the top Indian institute or premier Indian institute as far as the technical education is concerned, that is IITs are offering online on Coursera. IIT Madras is offering on their own BSc Computer Technology courses. So you can just appear online. So what are the delivery options? What are the constraints? Each of these platforms will have their own constraints, will have their own profits also, benefits also. And when is the project due date or what is the deadline? Now the purpose of analyzing will enable us to plan the sequence of topics to be covered in our training program, how much time to allot for each topic, and what instructional strategy we have to adopt for each topic. So this is the main thing. That's why we have to analyze our course, what we are going to do. And at the end of this stage, we must be able to define the objectives. We must be able to jot down the expected learning outcome. That means after completing our course, what the learner will get, what is the outcome. So it can be he will gain knowledge of dash dash dash, or he can get skill of dash dash dash, something like that. So is he going to gain knowledge, or is he going to gain some skill, or is he going to get some experience? So that is what the learning outcome is. The design part, which involves designing learning solutions, and it helps to plan our online course preparation. This stage involves creating instructional design documents. So this is very theoretical, so let's not go into detail that much. So in this stage, it is also decided how the content will be broken down. So I will also explain you how the content we have to break down, okay, in modules. Module here means, in our technical term, let's say we have got a course which you are already teaching. Now that particular course, if you take, or if the learner takes or buys a book, he will see in that book chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Likewise, there will be 8 to 10 chapters. In each chapter, there will be, let's say, it will be broken down into pieces, like chapter 1.1, chapter 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, like that. So these 1.2 to 1.3, we can make one module like that. In a situation whereby several courses are supposed to be created, each course has to be created using a unique instructional design strategy. In this stage, we should be able to, or we should be done with all the visual and instructional elements. So this is what the designing strategy should be. And in this phase, we must finalize the planning, use of relevant software, required skills, creative and innovative instructions of subject contents like texts or pictures, videos, and suitable animation. Thus, the final plan or map of our online course is ready at this stage. And at this end of this stage, we should be able to write the script for each module. What is the script also I'm going to explain. Or we should be able to create a PowerPoint presentation. Many times storyboard, that means what is the script? The script will have the commentary, the narration, the voiceover, the words which we are going to speak. And at the same time, it will also have a picture for a particular paragraph, what we are going to show. Then either you are going to show your picture, or you want to show some animation, you want to show some graphics, or you want to show some demonstration, that kind of thing, which will have a storyboard. And this is the development. Now, till this point, because everything is planning mode, you are writing down something, you are typing in something. people will not come to know that, okay, you are doing something. But in the development, because actual production takes place here, the actual course or shooting takes place here, and people will come to know, okay, you are moving here and there, people are coming for lectures, shooting. So some action takes place. This requires recording of your lectures, developing slides or graphics, and editing also later on. Sometimes animation is also required, which can be incorporated in your video module. Only audio recording is required for the content. It is not necessary that you should have a video lecture. You can have audio lecture also. So audio recording is done for that particular module. So this is the main stage wherein actual development work takes place. In this stage, we have to also develop academic scripts, references, blogs. So what are these things? We will see this in 4-quadrant explanation. Okay. Now, there can be some kind of interaction, or what is called as reflection spot in technical terms. So that is what you have to do is, while offering the lecture or in between some point, you have to get some feedback from the learner, so that you come to know that, okay, the content which you are offering is understood by them or not, or is there any confusion? Because what happens here, in the normal training or physical training, in your class, there might be at the most 100 students, not more than that, wherein you come to know in about 5 minutes, you enter the class and start teaching. Being the expert or being the experienced teacher, you come to know that whatever you are teaching is being percolated by the students, is being understood by the students. Then if you see that it is not understood, you change your strategy, you slightly melt down, or you slightly simplify the content, and then again explain them. Here it is not the case, because you don't know the content which you are offering, which you are training or which you are teaching is understood by the learner or not, because you are not seeing them at all. They are anywhere in the world accessing your content and seeing it. So that's why some kind of interactivity, but it depends on the platform to platform. So this level of interactivity can be defined based on the platform. Implementation. In this stage, the online course is offered to the target audience using the platforms. Again, the learners get actual experience of the content we have developed, and the learner has the control of the speed. Unlike in physical teaching mode, we decide that, okay, there is a 45 minutes lecture or 1 hour clock hour lecture. The student has to sit physically in the lecture hall and learn. Here it is not the case. They will open the laptop, or they will open into their mobile phones or the tabs. As long as they wish to learn, they will learn. It might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. Then they can stop. Again, after 3 hours, 4 hours, or again tomorrow also, they will start learning halfway through. So it is, the speed is controlled by the learner. Sometimes they might come across difficulties. These difficulties can be overcome. They will have to report it to the portal address or the technical team, which can be overcome by the technical team. Here, as I said, that after every stage, we have to evaluate. So this is the evaluation process. What we evaluate, so after analyzing, we create some document and we analyze, we evaluate them. Okay, that whether this analysis is correct or not. Then we might have to reanalyze the thing. Before designing, because as I said, designing might start and analyzing, they start parallelly. So while designing, we come to know this analysis is not correct. So that evaluation is happening there. And at the end of the course, if it is done evaluation, it is useful or it is effective or not, we can come to know. There are two levels of testing. One is internal testing and the other is field testing. So internal testing means what? That is, before offering it to the students, I show it to some people. I might show it to my colleagues. I might show it to my some students who I know that okay, they are better or they are not. I will take a mixed group and then get the feedback from them. And field testing means I will offer this online for restricted students and get the feedback. This is what the two levels of testing is. So internal testing reveals that kind of thing is spelling mistakes or content errors because I'm showing it to my colleagues. So let's say physics again. So I will show it to my physics teacher again, who is also teaching physics. So he can show me, he can point out some errors in the content. He can point out because he is the right person. Because if I show it to student, he or she might not be able to point to the content error. Then clarity of pictures, relevant videos, appropriate audios, timing of animation and hyperlinks and all those things. So the field testing reveals whether the content is appropriate or not and whether the content is well understood or not. So there is a difference. So because this is being offered to the student, actual learner, they will tell us exactly whether it is correct or not. Evaluation is also done while the course is running. So when we are offering, even after doing all these things, we again do evaluation also. What we do is we plan several points during this course when students can provide anonymous feedback so that the instructor is aware of the student confusion or misunderstanding. We also conduct formative and summative evaluation. So these help us to improve the course and judge the effect of the course. Sometimes the feedback from instructors is also collected. And based on all these feedbacks, what happens after running for the first time, this feedback is taken and the course again is redesigned as a post-production. So we modify a little bit here and there, and then it becomes a thorough courseware for offering it for the next time. Now, this is the main thing, that 4-quadrant approach. Now, this 4-quadrant approach is being adopted by the Ministry of Education, earlier Ministry of Human Resource Development. So this was there right from when we developed this e-content. So this was there from 2010, 2011. So the Ministry of MHRD actually told us to develop all the e-content and later on all these courses based on this 4-quadrant approach. Now it is similar to what we have done or what we have seen already. Now what happens here in 4 quadrants? There are quadrants means what? Basically, we are dividing this content which we are developing for this online course. So we are dividing that into 4 types. So first type or first quadrant is called as e-tutorial. Second one is called as e-content. Third one is discussion forum, and fourth one is assessment. So what are these? So in first quadrants, we whatever presentation are doing in as a video audio format in an organized form, then animations or simulations, video demonstrations, virtual laboratories, along with transcript. Transcript means the script of that video. only script, that is the spoken words in that video or spoken words in that audio lecture. As we saw that there can be an audio lecture also. So transcript is there, which has to be prepared. So this is the main thing, that is e-tutorial. Quadrant 2 is e-content. Now this contains basically self-instructional material. Now based on this instruction, based on this presentation, audio video presentation, this can be about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Based on that, the student or the learner has to also learn on herself or himself. So what are these what are these materials or content? So that can be ebooks, illustrations, presentations, web resources, and related links. We can provide some web resources also, so that the learner can visit that website or particular link, and gain some more knowledge. We can give some videos also, extra videos. We can give some case studies which are available. We can refer some books, including ebooks. We can refer some research or journals, articles, anecdotal information, glossary of terms, historical development of the subject, and clarifications on general misconceptions. So these are the things, and this is the content we have to provide, but the learner has to learn on own self. Here we don't provide that, okay, it is to be learned compulsory, but this video has to be learned or has to be seen by them compulsorily. In quadrant 3, this is the discussion forum, wherein this discussion forum will be used by the learner for raising their doubts and clarifying them on a real-time basis, nearly real-time. It may not be possible all the time that, okay, it is resolved or clarified on a real-time basis, but they has to be clarified by the course coordinator or his team. So course coordinator is all the time responsible for developing and running also. So this discussion forum, because most of the times what happens that course coordinators is a busy person. So that's why we have written his team. So what he does or she does is they appoint one training assistant, so that they will, that is called as TA. So they will, the training assistant will, teaching assistant will clarify on themselves the doubts raised by the learner. Sometimes it is not possible for the teaching assistant the clarification. So then what happens, they will come to course coordinator, get the clarification, and then they will post it back on the discussion forum. So this is the quadrant 3 of the 4 quadrants. Quadrant 4, what is that? That is the assessment. We have that there at the end of each module or at the end of each week, normally, problems and solutions we have to provide. This can be in the form of MCQs, fill in the blanks, match the question, match the following, that means matching questions, short answer questions and long answer questions. And last one is assignments and solutions. So assessment we have to do at every time. That is called as continuous assessment. As we do in physical teaching or learning teaching mode, we also now in the credit system, we have to do continuous assessment. Similarly, here also we have to do the continuous assessment. Now we will show, that is see the practical actual flow of MOOCs course development. Here, what happens that first we have to identify the course. That is the, let's say, 5th semester physics course. So let's say quantum mechanics. Identify course team. Design course team means what? Because what happens is that for a, let's say 4-credit course, we have to develop about 40 to 50 modules of 15 to 20 minutes each. So it is a very huge task. That too, we have to develop this in 4 to 6 months. So for a particular person, for the course coordinator, it is not possible to develop all these modules. So what happens? The course coordinator identifies some team. They might be his or her colleagues. They can be from different institute or college or university, their friends. So who are good at delivering the lectures online or in front of the camera, the team will be called and they will be assigned some modules. Then similar to the course syllabus designing, we have to design the course structure. We have to prepare the proposal and send it to appropriate authority. Now here, as I will show you, there are 9 coordinators. So one of them we can approach, or we can approach to our university also. After the approval, what you have to do is we have to plan, that means design, which we have saw. We have to, after planning, we have to do the video recording. We have to finalize the lecture, video lecture. We have to create the deliverables. That means we have to prepare the glossary, what we saw here, all these things in quadrant 2. Ebook we have to prepare. We have to prepare illustrations, presentations. We have to give them the links also, or YouTube video links, if it is possible. Like here in quantum mechanics, there is no case study. But if you have, let's say, accountancy, or you have some kind of financial accounting, for that you can have case studies. You have management courses, you can have case studies. You can refer to books. So this is what we have to develop in the deliverables. Then you have to upload that content into the platform or onto the platform, whichever is approved by the authority. Then running the course or offering the course is same. Evaluation in course and end of the course. That means this is similar to in physical learning teaching learning mode. That means when you are actually physically taking a course, teaching the course, what you do, we have internal assessment. So we might have 2 to 3 tests and we give some marking. So some weightage is given to that particular thing. Let's say sometimes 30% weightage is given out of 100. And here for the end of the course, that means the end semester course or end semester exam we take, that is end of the course. So this is 70% or 70 marks out of 100. So then we combine these together, 30 and 70 marks, 100 marks, and we give them total marks out of 100. Similarly, here also we give the tests or MCQs, or in whatever way decided by the course coordinator. Every week some assessment is done. And then at the end of the course, online, because this is online course, so online right now, online examination is conducted. And for that you have to appear. Now here, as far as SWAYAM is concerned right now, the SWAYAM board has decided that if you have completed 5 in-course tests or assignments, then only you are allowed to appear for the end of the course examination. After successfully completing, you have to pass separately for in-course. That means about 40%. That means out of 30, you have to get minimum 12 marks in each of these 5 minimum 5 assignments, and here about 28. 40% means 28 marks out of 70. So 28 12 becomes 40. So, but separately you have to pass for in-course and end-course examination. Then only you will get online course credit. Then nowadays, there is a credit transfer also possible. Because what happens that, okay, a learner gets some course from offered by, let's say, IIT Mumbai, and the learner is learning in your university, that is Shivaji University. Can he claim that credit in his mark sheet? No, it is allowed, but you have to pass that in your academic council that, okay, these many courses are allowed by the academic council, by the university, that if the student takes these courses online on Swayam, then he or she can get credit in their mark list. Because how this is possible? Because the UGC way back in 2016 has in their gazette published that, okay, out of these formal teaching courses, 20% credits has to be earned via online courses on Swayam. So right now, this is, we are marching towards credit transfer. Now, what is the content which we have to develop for online course? So the content is audio lecture, or as I said, audio lecture only, audio video presentation. This can be lecture demonstration, PowerPoint presentation, ebook, FAQs, developing glossary, and additional reading material. The main thing is audio video presentation, wherein we focus more. So what is audio video presentation? It can be a simple lecture using blackboard or whiteboard. It can be using smartboard also, or it can be interactive also in the classroom. Right now, what we are doing, we can record or we can shoot that particular lecture. Whenever you are teaching, your student asks some questions, so that becomes interactive. So the doubts raised by the students will get clarified then and there itself. So this can be shot also, and this can be shown, or this can be uploaded or on the platform, and which other students will watch. We can have some graphics. We can also. Sometimes what happens is that some concepts cannot be explained online, on using our explanation or using graphics. Like, let's say there is a 4-stroke engine. Whatever we are using now, bikes they are all 4-stroke engines. They are using 4-stroke engines. Now, how the combustion takes place in that particular engine, from where petrol is injected, how that is compressed, and how a spark is ignited in the spark plug, and how it gives energy to your motorbike or scooter, and then it moves forward. So this concept, unless, because it has to have a cross section of that particular engine of 4-stroke, unless you see that, it is not possible for the student to understand what process exactly it is taking place inside that particular 4-stroke engine. Or simple, now we are using cameras, but earlier there was 35mm cameras, 35mm cameras, still cameras. Now when we press click, how the light comes into the lens and how it falls on the film. So that concept we have to explain. It can be explained using animation. So apart from lecture, we can have interview-based program also, or audio-video presentation. What happens is that most of us are shy for camera. we have not faced camera in our life. So when we enter in the studio, we feel very shy, we feel alienated, because it is a very complete different world together. There are wires, there are lights, there are people moving here and there. They are setting something, they are doing organizing something, they are doing technically something. So we feel alienated. We feel it is a different world, and we get afraid of presenting in front of the camera. There are techniques of you getting familiarized in front of the cameras, but to make you feel better, to make you speak more on your subject, because what happens many times, a person is very good or very excellent in his subject, but they might not be able to explain it properly. So what happens, we try to take out from their mouth by interview. What we do, we have some interviewer who ask the questions to the expert, then expert starts speaking. Sometimes what happens, experts might fumble. Then we make the interviewer's job is to calm them, quiet them, make them comfortable. Then only the content which we want to come out will come. So sometimes we use interview-based technique also, or interview-based presentations. Some of the subjects require demonstrations. So the demonstrations can be made in the studio or can be in the laboratory. Why we do in the studio? Because in the studio, it is a controlled situation. We have soundproof studio. The sound is very much clear. Sound clarity is there. We have the control over the lighting system. Against in the laboratory, what happens? The light comes in from various directions. Like there are many windows. Then there are fan or there are AC noise also. So the sound clarity is not good. That's why we prefer sometimes or most of the times in the studio. But what happens that the equipment is very heavy that we cannot move it or we cannot take it to the studio. So the demonstration has to be done in the laboratory itself. Then we have to take our cameras, we have to take the microphone, we have to take the lights in the laboratory and shoot. Then what we do, we just shoot the thing in the demonstration in the laboratory, but we record the commentary in the studio so that the quality of the sound is clear, is good. Then outdoor educational programs, like which we see these kind of programs on National Geographic or Discovery or these kind of informational or informative channels. Let's say how an elephant is tracked. Now we also made some programs like these. Or how a bird is migrated. We have to track their travel path. It might be about thousands of miles. So how to track that? We cannot explain this sitting in the studio or sitting in the laboratory. We have to go outdoor. We have to travel with the birds, or we have to, if we are tracking the elephants, then we have to move along with that elephant. So for that, what the people or what the scientists do, who are tracking the or behavioral, studying the behavioral patterns of elephants, they tranquilize them by shooting a dart. They nowadays then tie a collar, radio collar, like GPS system, something like that, by which you get the signal of wherever that elephant is moving, you receive the signal where the elephant is moving. And then they come to know that, okay, the elephant has gone from here, one place to second place to third, third to fourth, and again come back to first place, from first to third. Likewise, they will study the moving pattern or the movement pattern of elephants. So for that, we have to prepare outdoor educational programs and show it to the students. Now, this presentation normally should be about 10 to 12 minutes. Earlier, we used to make these presentations or these programs of 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Because of these latest gadgets like mobiles, laptops, or tabs, the attention span of students is becoming lesser and lesser. You also might be experiencing, because while teaching them for about 45, 50, or 60 minutes is a huge task. They cannot sit for 50 minutes at one place and they cannot concentrate on what you are teaching them. So when I'm teaching, I also find it difficult to make them concentrate on what I'm teaching. So that's why now the content which you are preparing online and showing it to them online, we are making these lectures, these presentations, which we call as module, as I told you earlier, should be about 10 to 12 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, because sometimes most of the courseware which we are developing require more, like as I said, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 chapter has to be compressed into one module. So that's why we require about 10 to 15 minutes. Then prepare a transcript with clear and crisp language, precise points, because we have to give more knowledge, but with a precise point in short span of time. Language should be addressed to the learner, because learner should feel that I'm engaged. The learner is only there. There are no peers around him or her. The learner is only seeing the lecture wherever the learner is sitting, so that he feels that, okay, this lecture is only meant for me. That's why we now use language as it is addressed to the learner. So don't mix these as active voice and passive voice. Normally or possibly used active voice throughout your lecture, so that the learner is engaged throughout your lecture. Use simple and straightforward language, which will be successful for e-learning narrative. This writing style, your writing style should be fluid and adaptable to anybody. Now, please note that your content, this content which you are developing, should be or must be your own content. It should not be copied down. That means this plagiarism free. Nowadays, there are, you know, that there are software or tools, online tools also available, that if you feed your content into that, whatever you have developed, they will show how much plagiarism that in percentage, or that means how much copied down from other books or other research papers or whatever is available. So whether it is plagiarism free. So it should be plagiarism free. That means it has to be own, it has to be authentic, it has to be innovative and updated. It means it has to be latest. Now, all the time, some new things are coming, so it has to be updated. Now, for all these things, where we have seen, now this is coming back to or coming to the end. What matters is most your willingness to create the lecture, create the course, develop the course. Then again, after willingness, it requires your dedication, because as I said, you have to develop this for 4 to 6 months. But before that, when you submit a proposal, you get a feedback of approval. So from submitting or from creating your own course, writing down your syllabus, writing down, breaking down these courses, the syllabus into modules and all those things, you have taken about 1 month for that. Then getting the approval might take 3 to 6 months, and developing that course. That means you require about 1 year when you start or jot down your course and prepare the proposal. It might take 1 year. So it requires your dedication. It requires your own content, your authentic content, and after that your presentation. But finally, what matters is your confidence. So I suggest you confidently try to develop something all the time. It will be accepted by the students and learned by most of the students all over the world. Now I will show you some Swayam site now. Okay, for that I will have to share you. Okay, now can you see this Swayam screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is swayam.gov.in. In the website, you go in the any web browser, you have to type in swayam.gov.in. Now this is Ministry of Education's portal, and as I told you that there are 9 national coordinators. So ICTE, CEC, IGNOU, IIMB, NCERT, NIOS, NITTTR, NPTEL, and UGC. Out of which I was working with CEC, where I was working at EMRC, that means Educational Multimedia Research Center. This was established way back in 1984. First, we were developing courses, we were developing programs, educational programs, which were shown on national network, Doordarshan. At that time, only Doordarshan was available. And it used to come between 1 to 2 p.m. as a countrywide classroom project. Under that countrywide classroom program, our programs used to come. Earlier, there were only 4 in 1984. There were only 4 EMRCs. Now there are about 21 EMRCs. So all these 21 EMRCs come under CEC. That means Consortium for Educational Communication. You can visit their site also, Consortium for Educational Communication, to see all these e-content programs which I was referring to for 90 subjects. Now CEC has stopped accepting proposals. As I said, that proposal can be submitted, but they have stopped, and only EMRCs which have submitted their courses, they are only accepted and they are only being developed right now. Now, what they are doing right now is they have identified about 6 to 8 subjects as complete courseware subject. Like BA Psychology is starting on or is being offered on CEC website or CEC as CEC courses. So now this is second semester. This is first year, second semester BA Psychology courses are being offered under CEC courses. So that's why they have stopped getting the proposals. But apart from that, you can approach NPTEL or AICTE or even IGNU also. You can approach to NIOS also. NIDTTR is a different entity. You might be knowing that they are responsible for technical training research. They are National Institute for Technical Teachers and Training Research Institute. So the teachers who are teaching at technical institutes like the government polytechnics or IITs, they get training at NITTR. So they are preparing courses for them, for the teachers. Like you also have to attend some kind of courses or some kind of workshops to upgrade your API point. Similarly, NITTR is preparing the courses, teacher training courses. NPTEL is responsible for developing technical courses. They are also now started developing different courses. Now for this, we have to sign. Now we can sign using Microsoft account, Google account or Facebook, or you can create your own account for the Swayam platform. Then you can have username and password. Right now what I am doing is using Google. Okay, now I had already registered some courses. So I can see my courses for which I have registered. Now let's go to this course, particular course, which was developed by me, Cybercrime Administration. Now see, the Cybercrime Administration, now all these courses are offered as a weekly courses. In week 0th week, that means when we start, when the student registers to this particular course. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So this is like week 12 course. So for this, I will share. See, the course was now broken into these many modules. You can see that this particular thing, introduction of cybercrime and security, introduction of cybercrime and security. Likewise, it was broken down in weekly pattern. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, up to week 12. Okay, now I will show you some other also. That is, this one Kathak course was also developed by me. Now, when I said that the course coordinator has to identify his or her team, you can see it here. Can you see this Kathak course Excel sheet? Now see, this is first week is history. Second
Yes,
week,
we can see.
yeah. Second week is introduction to Lay and Tal. Third week is knowledge of technical terms. Similarly, fourth, fifth, and up to 12th week. Here, sorry, you can see the topic name, number of module, first module, second module, likewise. And you can see the expert, Pandit Manisha Tai Sathe, then Sambhavi Tai Sathe, and then later on you will see many more. See, Manjiri Tai is there, then Madhuri Apte is there, Aditi Kulkarni, Mithila Bhide, then Vallari Tai is there. M Tai means Manisha Tai, Purva Tai. And in this, what they are going to show. Isha Padke is there, Bhakti Jhalki is there, Vallavi Tai is there. So all this we have defined earlier, that what we have to do. Who will record what? So this is what I meant, that okay, we have to identify. So while defining our, or while preparing the course, first we have to define the structure or what topics we have to teach in our course. Then you have to break them into weeks. We have to prepare, like history is there. So what is common to all these topics is history of Kathak. What is only then week 2, we are offering only 2 courses, 2 modules. We can have 2 modules, 3 modules, 4 modules. It is completely the choice of the course coordinator himself or herself. No one can decide how many, or no one can question the course coordinator. Why you have offered only 2 lectures or 2 modules in this week? So it is the decision of the course coordinator. That okay, but it is based on the CBCS pattern. That means this is CBCS means choice based credit system. So this is defined, or there is a document on the UGC portal available. If you go to UGC website, this document is available. So for CBCS, if you are offering your course as credit course, 4 credit course, how much lectures, that means these audio video presentation times should be, we have to define that. How much time the student or the learner has to dedicate for your particular course throughout the complete course, and weekly how many hours we have to define. As we saw that on the learner's self, that means the learner has to learn on themselves some kind of knowledge, get knowledge. So how much time they should dedicate? They can dedicate more, but we have to define minimum time. So that is, they have given some guidelines in this CBCS document, CBCS pattern document. So based on that document, we prepare this. This is called as subject mapping. So we can see that, okay, illustrative weekly distribution of modules. Even after doing all this on paper, when we record, then we come to know, okay, that this might have to be defined. Actually, we had defined, okay, definition of knowledge and terms. But later on, when we recorded, we came to know that, okay, it has become so long that we have to break them into part 1, 2, and 3. So this is what happens. We see, okay, that we can cover technical definitions or definitions of knowledge and terms in only one part, as a one module. But after recording, we come to know that, okay, it has gone beyond our limit of time. That means, let's say 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So it actually had become about 50 minutes. So we divided that into part 1, 2, 3. So this is a practical difficulty. When you actually execute your planning, there are bound to be difficulties you come across. Similarly, here also you see Ashtanaika part 1, part 2. So we break down them into part 1, part 2. Either do that, or you have to reduce your content and make it a one module itself. So I will again go back to this particular course. So now in week 1, so this gives you the overall description of the course. Here the course coordinator information is given, a brief bio is given. Course type. Now in CBCS, there are some compulsory courses like BA psychology, as I said. So you have to take in first semester at least 6 out of 8 courses. You have to take 6 to 7 compulsory courses and 1 to 2 elective courses. So they can be from different from psychology course. They can be economics course. They can be dance course like Kathak is here. They can be the cybercrime course. So it is choice of that learner. So that is why it is called as elective course, elective type, course undergraduate level. We can have postgraduate also. Then course layout, that's what we have seen week 1 to week 12. And here we provide books and references. What are the books the learner has to refer to, and which we have also referred in our content. While we prepared our content, we referred the books, but for more knowledge, because there is a time limitation, we cannot give every knowledge to them. So they have to learn on their own, and they can get more knowledge by reading these kind of books, these reference books. Then see certificate, how the certificate will be earned. So we write here, dear learners, for getting the certificate and credits, you are required to attempt a minimum 5 weekly assessments and appear for the end course proctored examination in person. The announcement of the proctored examination will be done separately in the due course of time. So at the end of these courses, we make announcement. The Swayam board lets us know that, okay, we are going to conduct the end course examination at such and such date. Then we make announcement here in the course dashboard. So this is called as course dashboard in technical terms. This Swayam board considers marks for best 5 assessments. As I said that out of 30, we have to get 12 marks here, see. And out of 70, you have to get 28 marks. So Swayam board considers, now if there are 12 assignments or 12 assessments, but you secure for 7 assessments about minimum 40%, then it is considered good. You have to secure a minimum 40% marks average in all the assessments to be eligible for the end course proctored examination. The examination is optional for a fee of ₹1,000 only. Announcement will be made when the registration form is open for registration. So criteria to get certification, as I told, that minimum 30% of average, that is 5 assignments out of total assignments have to be submitted, and 70% for proctor certification. So only e-certification will be available on the portal. Hard copies you have to take on your own. Now see, this is course introductory video, by which seeing after this video and reading this course, the learner can register to this course. Okay, that I want some more information on cybercrime administration. Then I register to this course. Now after registering, you get this. So you can see in the announcements also. Here is announcement link. See. So this was offered way back January 2022, same examination 29 to 30th August 2022. So this is what the announcement are done by the coordinator, so which can be seen by the student. Now this is the week 1. In week 1, you can see week 1 lecture 1, week 1 lecture 2, week 1 lecture 3. But in between this, there is a practice question. So this is what is called as reflection spot. That's what I told you, that okay, the learner has to practice the questions. Again, practice questions are there. Week lecture 1, lecture 3 and 4. And then lecture 5, demo video. Lecture 5.1 demo video, lecture 5.2 demo video. And this is the graded objective assignment for week 1. Now you have to attempt this to get your gradation. Now if you click on this, let's say we have clicked, then you see here, see demo video. Now you can play.
Hello learners. Today we will be seeing a demo on Android hacking. So how do hackers actually hack into our Android phones? Let's see. Hackers use a framework called Metasploit, which is more popular in the OS Kali Linux. So using this framework, you can hack into any Android device. Want to know how? Let's see that. So the first step is to create a payload. So now on the screen, you can see a command which starts with something like MSF Venom. What is it? Venom obviously seems like something poisonous, right? And yes, MSF Venom creates a payload which is going to be harmful for your victim's device.
So this is how the lecture will be seen in the audio video format. And you can see now we will start with the first lecture. See, this is the first lecture. Now, I told you that, okay, here you can see the glossary of terms, the transcript, and click for assignment for self-learning. So if you click on the glossary, glossary of terms used in this particular lecture is explained. If you click on the transcript, so we are showing here the PowerPoint. What is being spoken in this particular lecture.
While understanding cybercrime, we also need to learn what is cybersecurity landscape. And understanding cybersecurity landscape, we need to consider the crisis management plan. We always know that never let a crisis go to waste. But what we need to understand here most, the reactive approach and the proactive approach. Whenever we approach any crisis, we should have the proactive approach. And understanding the pandemic issues, facing challenges in a pandemic, the online, the digital world also facing few challenges in their digital era.
So this is how the lectures will be seen by the learner. And at the end of the week, that means normally what we do, all these lectures, video lectures are open. They are already, actually we upload them way ahead, about 3 to 4 weeks ahead before this course starts. But once this course starts, they will see on that particular week, first week, they will only see on Monday these 5 lectures, whatever have been defined by in the mapping, and these questions also, practice questions. But on Saturday, we will release this quiz. So this particular quiz, graded objective assessment week 1. Now, because this is over, we also see the answers here. Answer is incorrect, but here they have to actually Now here we cannot select, unfortunately, because this is not a live course. So similarly, all these questions, most of the times around 10 questions, 9 to 10 questions we give. So there are 10 questions, and all these questions they have to attempt, and they have to get minimum 40% marks in this. And at the end of each week, we see there will be graded, quiz, graded objective assessment for week 2, graded objective assessment for week 3. In between, now you see that after week 4, we have got live session. So now, right now, this will not be on, because what happens that on Saturday normally or Friday in the week 4th end, what we do, we go live on YouTube. And there, before going live, in week 3rd itself, we make announcement that, okay, at the end of week 4, the coordinator or his team or her team is going live on such and such date. So if you have any doubts based on week 1, week 2, week 3 topics which were you released and which you have learned, if you have any doubts, please write to us, because by YouTube we cannot have interactive discussion. We can have interactive only through the messaging. But messaging is also not possible because there are thousands of learners. So what we do, we ask them to write to us. We have created a particular email ID for this particular course. For each course, we create a email ID, separate ID. And in that email ID only, we communicate, because we can come to know that, okay, we have question for this particular course. Because till now, EMRC Pune has developed about 30 courses, 30 to 35 courses, and they are increasing day by day. So for better understanding, better administration, we have created separate email ID for each course. So once we get queries, doubts from these learners, by the end of week, set them some deadline that, okay, by this date, you have to submit your queries, you have to submit your doubts, raise your doubts and write to us. They are analyzed by the teaching assistant who has been appointed by this course coordinator. They will make a note of it. What are the common difficulties? What are the separate difficulties? They will try to make most of the difficulties to be answered by the course coordinator in this particular live session. Again, after some 8 weeks, that means again after 4th and 4th week, we go live. So this is completely again decided by the coordinator and the team, technical team at the EMRC or at any other national coordinator. So this is possible, but it is not compulsory that you should go live. Why we go live? That, as I explained, that we have to have the reflection spot. We have to have the interactivity. Unless you don't have that, you will not come to know the content which you have offered, which you have developed, created, is being understood by the learner or not. Because the whole purpose of this particular course will go waste if the learner doesn't understand the content itself very in a good fashion or in a easy way. They raise doubts again and again. They cannot understand. There is a confusion. There is a misunderstanding. Then based on that, we can modify your content and again offer it in the next semester. So this is how the course takes place. Now, if you want to see the CEC courses, you can click to that CEC, so Consortium for Educational Communication. You can view course catalog. Now you can see two tabs are there. Upcoming, that means enrollment is open, and ongoing, that means enrollment closed. Now here you don't see any course because for this particular second semester, that means we call this as even semester, and first, third, fifth semesters as odd semesters. So for this particular semester, the enrollment was closed on 15th of no sorry 7th of March. Till that time, the learner had time to register for particular course. If you see online ongoing enrollment closed, but you cannot enroll for that course. You cannot see. See, you will see starting from A. This is alphabetically sorted. So in animations also abnormal psychology. See, there are two abnormal psychology courses. So one can be for the first semester, second semester, one can be for the fourth semester. Because as I told you that BA psychology is one of the course they are being offered here. So there are now many courses, as you can see, literally hundreds of courses are available under only CEC umbrella, CEC National Coordinator. Here, the learner has got filters. Now we have chosen the national coordinator, that's why it has come CEC, but they can get any of the coordinator. Then they can select course mode. That means whether it is self-paced or a regular one. Regular means what happens that you have to attend at that particular time, that particular lecture. That means the regular. Self-paced means, which I explained, that okay, the learner decides that okay, I will stop, I will watch only 5 minutes of this particular lecture, and again after 10 minutes, after 1 hour, after 3 hours, or again at night or tomorrow, I will watch later part of the video. So that is self-paced. Then the course duration. So it can be 4 weeks, 6 weeks, going up to 24 weeks. So based on the, as I mentioned that, based on your course credits, it depends on how long your course can be, 4 weeks to 24 weeks. Because many times the learner might not get that much time for dedicated for attending online or completing online course. So the learner has got choice of registering particular course depending on based on course duration. Course examination date. See, now Swayam board already declared some dates as Swayam on the examination dates. Now many times what happens, the learner has got some future plans. So based on that future plan, he can define that, okay, I can attend or I can attempt end course examination on May 31st, 2023. So I can select that and I can see whether which course is available, only this course is available for me. So whether should I go for that or not, because it is not, the course is not of the subject matter of this course is not of my interest. So I will not attend or I will not register for this course. Then I can choose any other date. I can see which are the courses available. So there are no courses, then it's okay. So the learner has got choice. Basically, the point is here the learner has got choice. Then number of course credits. Sorry, whether the course credits are available or not. So there are courses nowadays which can give you credits. Right now it is not showing here because you have not registered. But all these courses are giving some credits and category here. So here they can define whether you want architecture, design, engineering, technology, health, law, or any kind of particular subject. See, teacher education. If you select NITTTR, Okay, we will have to select all. ICHALKARANJI-INDIA is also not offering any course. Oh, no, sorry. So they are not open for enrollment right now. But see, there are many courses. And if you attempt or if you register to these courses, you can get and complete them. You can get API points in your career upgradation. See, there are n number of courses available under NITTTR. Now, even instead of going through this, if the learner has got particular subject in his or her mind, then they can start writing here. Like as I said, that quantum mechanics, or let's say any of the subject, management. So they can write down management and they can see now here you will come to know that because there is no point in showing enrollment closed program courses. The courses are shown only those which are open for enrollment. So you can see ancient Indian management or Drupal content management system, Koha library management system, and Moodle learning management. This is what Moodle, which I explained. Moodle was there. So somebody has prepared. This is from ICHALKARANJI-INDIA. All these courses are from ICHALKARANJI-INDIA. So these are all self-paced courses. What you can do is the learner has to click on this. And after seeing this complete, again, you can see this course layout and all those things. The learner has to see, just because you can see learners enrolled 4,220. As I explained that there are thousands of learners. Here you see the summary. Course status, upcoming, course type, elective, duration, self-paced. That means here there is no duration for this course. That okay, in 6 months you have to complete. Then multidisciplinary course point 2. Sorry, credit points 2. So here you get 2 credits. This is both undergraduate and postgraduate level. Here you can have the choice of joining. If you select join the course, because you have already signed in, your information comes here, and here you have to select I agree to SWAYAM terms and conditions and all those honor codes. So update profile and join. Please select an item in the list. Academic bank of credits. So this is if I have the bank now, this concept of having digital credits has come. So whether I want academic bank of credits, so I do not need to have bank of credits. So I will say that. Okay, then enrollment details, part of SWAYAM industry. No, right now I'm not part of the SWAYAM industry. Then I say join. Then what is it says? Please select what is the there. Okay, so pin code I have to. What else is remaining? Hopefully this goes through. Success. Okay, so now you are registered to this particular course, Moodle. Now you see, you don't see the week 1, week 2, week 4 like that. Once you select watch before you begin, then overview tutorial, basic level site administration. So here you see this announcement part first here about test and certificate. Similar to what we have announced, same thing has been announced or parallel, but in different language. Then important announcement in 2nd April 2020. So this is a very old course they have announced. Now before we begin, we can see what they have to show. Overview tutorial and basics. Now see, there are these many modules available to you. Getting ready for the Moodle installation. Now how to install Moodle? There is a video here and you can see that, okay, getting ready for Moodle installation outline. So they have given some here and see, send us feedback. Feedback is also there. That means feedback is collected here itself. So this depends on the coordinator to coordinator as well as from the national coordinator to national coordinator also. So it is totally based on your choice, how you have to or how you are planning to offer, how you want to get some knowledge from the feedback from the learner. All those things I explained you. I have also showed you practically different 2-3 subjects, how you can move through Swayam. Okay. Now I will show you this Coursera also. See, Coursera, we go to now I have logged in here already. So see, you can see here, earn degree online. Here you can see University of Illinois, Colorado, all these foreign universities are there. Here you can search online degree, master track, university certificates, enter your new career, find your new career. All those things are also available. Now, if you see, here also you see my courses. You see in progress, you see completed also. See now machine learning. Let's take machine learning. Now this was the course was offered by Stanford University. You can see here week 1 to week 11. They have got 11 weeks. And again, some points I have already completed. Now from this point I have not completed. See, you can see here resume. So this is a different platform. So this is just to get knowledge. I have registered for this course and also to see how courses are offered on Coursera, how it is different from Swayam. So I try to learn by getting these courses or registering these courses on different platforms, how they are being offered and what good thing they are doing can be offered or can be implemented on Swayam. That is what we are doing. Okay, so I will stop here the sharing. Okay, now I have tried to explain you most of the things. What is the time now? 4:23. Okay, so I open now this session for discussion, for your questions, for doubts. So if you have any doubts, you can submit, create proposals and submit to AICTE. For that, you have to visit AICTE web portal, how they are accepting the proposals.
Yes, participants can unmute and can ask questions. Or else also can type in a chat box.
You can type in chat box also. Enroll means for learning, isn't it? Kashish Jaiswal has written that how many course. Okay. Now, for learning, you can enroll any number of courses. There is no limit on either platform, on Swayam or Coursera or edX, because as I told you that it is free of cost. As I showed you that on Swayam also you have to pay 1,000 rupees. On Coursera you have to pay in dollars, something like $100, $70, $80, like that. Yes, in Swayam, as far as Swayam, I don't know about the Coursera and all. The question is, this is a virtual platform, but exams are carried out physically. Why so this? Because in India right now, we experienced all these things because of this COVID or pandemic situation. Now, when we were forced to sit at home only and we were conducting online examination also, but we know that the learner is not that much what we can say they are not true to their hearts, so they will see and they might copy also. So that's why physical examination means it is only online, but it is a proctor. That means you have to go to place where the online examination will be conducted under supervision. So the examination is conducted by National Testing Agency, that is NTA. It is again a government agency, government appointed agency. So they have got about 700 to 800 locations. They are keeping on increasing, wherein they have about 2,000, 5,000 workstations wherein people can go sit on the computer. There will be 2,000 to 5,000, 7,000 computers. At a time, 7,000 students can appear at one location and give examination. Nowadays, how these online, the entrance exams for IITs, for then are taken, they are taken by the NTA. So literally thousands of students sit online at these locations, 700, 800 locations created by NTA. They give examination online and they are being tested there. In Swayam, what is the meaning of self-paced? Self-paced means what? That as we saw that there was no weekly basis. Now, as I told you that, okay, week 1, this is the regular one. Week 1, at the end of week 1 on Saturday, we open or we publish the quiz, the test, whatever test is there, either long answer, short answer, or quiz, or match the following, any type of quiz or any type of questions, assignment, assessment, pattern. We open that, publish that at the end of the week, and we give them deadline that, okay, after 15 days, after 3 weeks, you have to submit your answer. After that, you cannot submit answers for week 1 questions. Similarly for week 2, week 3, week 4, like that, up to week 12. But in self-paced, it is not the case. Self-paced means what? As I told you that, okay, in after week 1, you don't get time. The learner doesn't get time for next 2 weeks. Then what happens that in the 4th week, the learner attempts, watch, go through week 2 courseware. So that is called as self-paced. So instead of immediately after first week, the learner is seeing taking a gap of 2 weeks, and week 4 the learner is getting week 2 lectures and assignment after week 4. So it is self-paced. So is it understood? Bharkar sir?
Yes, sir. I got it, sir. I got it, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one more thing. But for the self-placed exam, there is a no exam, I think so, sir. At the end, at the final for the weekly, for the weekly exam, finally they will not conduct any exam, I think so, sir. For the
So
self-placed.
again, see, self-paced means what? Because the learner doesn't get time. That's why the learner chooses to have self-paced.
But
So for
what
that,
about the credit,
examination,
sir?
no? Huh?
What about the credit, sir? Actually, self-placed is there means we have to study. What about the credit?
Credits are there. As we have seen this model course, there are 2 credits. See, I will show you again.
How will provide, sir? Actually, they will not conduct any exam at the end of this subject also.
No,
Completion of
they
the
will have to conduct. They will have to conduct the same end of the term course examination, and then only after evaluation only they will give you 2 credits. Like this, for this model, you can see this model course, register for this, for the model course. You can see that. Okay, see now model course. See, model course is credit points 2. That means they are giving 2 credits. So unless you are assessed, one cannot give 2 credits. The Swayam board or any university cannot give credits, isn't it?
okay, sir.
Okay. Now Tejasri madam has asked, can we design our course? As of now, most of the courses are designed by IITs. Yes, of course. As you have seen on Swayam, under CEC, all these courses are not from the IITs. Most of them are from SPPU, that means Savitribai Phule University. The which courses which were developed by Savitribai Phule at EMRC Pune are the credits are given by Savitribai Phule Pune University. See, I will share once again the where is that? I will share once again for explaining you. See, now we will go back to Swayam. Now see, we will go back to CEC again. Now here you see the first course, animation, is offered by Banaras Hindu University. Okay, second also same thing. Now this is Palakkad, Mercy College, Palakkad. So once the learner takes this course and completes this course, the credits and certificate will be awarded by Mercy College, Palakkad for this course. For these 2 courses, the BHU, that means Banaras Hindu University, will be giving the certification. Similarly, here see, IFLU, that means English and Foreign Language University, Hyderabad, they are offering this course. So then I will show you Savitribai Phule University. This is National Law University, Delhi. So this is Access to Justice course. This is University of Mysore. So all these different colleges and universities are there. Similarly, Shivaji University or your college, you can develop your course, offer on this Swayam and get the certification. For that, what happens is that whatever course, like I have shown you cybercrime. See, this is Savitribai Phule Pune University, Savitribai Phule Pune University. So both these same courses are there actually. It is repeated actually. This is a bug, I think. This is developed by Dr. Ravi Ahuja. See, this is now again same thing. Bageshri Dev. Dr. Bageshri Dev has developed this course, Communication and Business Management. So this is again these two coordinators, Dr. Ravi Ahuja and Dr. Dev. Both of them are Dr. Ahuja works in University Skills Development Department. Dr. Bageshri Dev is working at, I think, BMCC College. So they are from university and they are from colleges also. So they have developed the course and offering them on the portal, SWAYAM portal. Now, when they developed this course, what we did, we took the syllabus. We took this complete syllabus from them and weekly distribution of this syllabus into as offering as an online course. We submitted this to Academic Council of Savitribai Phule Pune University. Similarly, you can do that. You can submit it to your academic council, get it approved that this course is offered as online course. And if the student successfully completes, the university will award certain number of credits for that particular course. It might be 2, 3, 4, depending on your course. Okay. Then Advocate Sanjay sir, can we design a course in regional languages for common people? Yes, right now only in English we can design, but there were efforts going on for offering these courses in regional languages. For that, what we did was to have subtitles in regional languages. The MHRD actually first identified 8 languages. Yes, 8 languages, and they sent us all these courses developed by different EMRCs. They sent these courses to EMRC Pune to be translated into Marathi. They sent same courses into to Chennai, to Hyderabad, to Kolkata, to Gujarat, that means Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad will translate it into Gujarati, Kolkata will translate it into Bengali, like that. All the about 8 languages we translated them. And I don't know, because I got retired after that. The project was going on, but they were trying to offer these courses along with the subtitles so that the learner can learn in their own language. Similarly, we were also trying to get practical examination. Like as you saw in my introduction that I produced many courses in Indian classical music. So I developed 3 courses for Indian classical music, level 1, 2, 3, and in percussion also for the tabla. Now, if somebody wants to learn tabla, the learner cannot be assessed unless the learner plays tabla, isn't it? How can I give some MCQ and assess the learner that, okay, he can play tabla well? So I was after SWAYAM board, I was writing to them all the time. I was writing to CEC also, through CEC to SWAYAM board, that we should have practical examination. Otherwise, it is impossible for us, for the course coordinator, to assess the learner as far as the skills are concerned. Okay, any other question?
Participants, any other questions to ask? Yes, participants, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. Manisha ma'am, shall we go ahead? Sir, I hope
Yes, madam.
questions from, okay. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the valuable inputs on massive open online courses in detail. You really have enlightened us with the details of SWAYAM and NPTEL platforms. The detailed information which Honorable Sir has shared with us is really going to help us a lot. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you so much. We have now come to the end part of the first day of FDP. I request Professor S.R. Patil, sir, to propose vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the D.K.T.E Textile and Engineering Institute and MBA department, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. D.K.T.E, the technical assistant and course coordinator SWAYAM, for taking the time to deliver such an enlightening and informative speech. Sir, your expertise and knowledge in this field were clearly evident throughout the session, and we appreciated the way you engaged with the audience and making the presentation both informative and interactive. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to our director, Dr. L.S. Admit Madam, and all deans of the institute and head of the department who supported to complete this session. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making the time to be with us today and helping us to make this event success. Thank you, one and all.
I also thank you for giving me the opportunity, and thank you all for listening me quietly and interacting at the end also. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir, once again.
Yes.
May I
Thank you.
request all the participants to please enable their videos? If not, the screenshots are taken. May I request all the participants, please, to
So
enable
can
their
I leave or
videos?
you want to screenshot along with me?
Yeah, definitely along
Yes,
with
sir.
you, sir.
Okay, okay.
Manisha ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. It's done. You can conclude, ma'am.
Shall we end?
Yeah. So here I declare the session for the day is
So
over.
I
Tomorrow
continue
again
here
will be.
as today's
Yeah, please continue. Vidya ma'am.
yes, ma'am. It was disconnected. Now we are back here.
Okay. So with this, we are going to end with the second session of the day. And tomorrow again, we'll meet for a third session. And third session will again start at sharp 10:30. Attendance is being recorded. You can attend on live YouTube also. Zoom participants will be limited to 100 participants. And we'll again meet for very nice sessions tomorrow of Bhola sir and Janardhan ji sir, who are going to tell us about more about research. So, dear participants, Team D.K.T.E signing off. Good day.
Link is provided in the chat box.
Yes.